Pile number 1. What energy do you give off that turns heads? Okay. Okay, pile number 1. The energy that you give off that turns heads is curious. Yeah, pile number 1, you give off a very curious energy. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so when you're asking people about themselves or you're asking questions just out of curiosity, that's the energy that you give off that turns heads. I think that you just have a very inquisitive energy here. You like to learn. You like to know more. You like to get to know things. You like to get to know people. And a lot of this is out of pure curiosity. But this is what is making people turn heads when it comes to you. Yeah. Pile number 1, you draw in a lot of people just off of your conversation. You are a huge temptation to people. People are tempted to ask you out on a date, ask you more questions, want to know more about your life, but in a romantic way. Like, people are tempted to flirt with you heavily, like lay it on thick. This is what about you that turns heads. It's the way that you make people want to get to know you more. And I think a lot of this comes from the types of questions that you're asking people at this time, or just in general, the types of questions that you've asked them before. Oh my gosh, you get people going, pile number 1. You get people going. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's an energy here where people daydream about you and they want to know more about you. They wonder how you view them. Yeah. You're exciting to a lot of people, pile number 1. That's the energy that you give off that turns heads as well. It's your excitement. Curiosity, excitement, for some people haven't really experienced someone who is like you, pile number 1. I feel like you're very free flowing, or you have a very freedom loving nature about you that just makes people hooked. It like drives people crazy about you. A lot of people may find themselves like getting territorial over you just after a conversation, just after a conversation with you, pile number 1, because it's the questions that you ask. It's how you get to know people. And I really feel like this mainly could be platonically, where you met someone new and you're just asking them about themselves, just to see if you guys have anything in common. See if there could be potential for a friendship. I mean, this could resonate for a romantic situation as well. So take it how it resonates. But yeah, it's like how in tune you are with others, how much you get people. And I really feel like you just understand people in a general sense, pile number 1. You could be a reader like myself where, you do understand people in a general sense. So if you are someone who is a reader as well, you're used to deep diving, or just knowing people on a different level than most. And so, of course, the questions that you ask people are going to be deeper, or it's going to make people feel seen in the best ways and also in not the best ways. But then again, it's that rush of seeing yourself in a new way because of someone. Like, that's how people feel about you. And this is the energy that you give off that turns heads. Because you make people see themselves in a new way, in a way that you see people. But them doing this for the first time makes them hooked on you, because you're the one who like brought them into this world. Not this world, but you know, maybe you are like spiritual and you're just telling people about it. And, you know, the fact that you're the one that told them about it, you're the person that they connect to spirituality, you know? It's like that. And this is the energy that you give off that turns heads. So for some of you, you really could have introduced someone to the world of spirituality, and they are like gagged. They're like, wow, whoa, what's this? What's that? You know, and this is the energy that you give off that turns heads. Or maybe you speak about this a lot and they're like, wow, I didn't think of it like that. Or you're opening my mind to a whole new way of thinking, right? And so they attribute that to you. And, you know, that's the energy that you give off that turns heads, because pile number one is the one that showed me spirituality, or just this new world that I didn't know about, or taught me different things about it. And like, they're forever, like, I'm hearing grateful. They're forever grateful to you for this, but they're forever like crushing on you because of this, because you have helped them see themselves differently. Okay? Let's get more. What's the energy that my pile number ones give off that turns heads? Yeah, I'm just seeing someone learning new things, or maybe even diving into something that you taught them. Yeah, what else do we have? Five of Swords. Pile number one, the energy that you give off that turns heads. You are spicy, okay? You're very straightforward. You have a way of speaking that people don't forget. And this could just be you protecting yourself, or just being very blunt and honest about certain things. Your delivery in certain situations. That's the energy that you give off that turns heads. It's like the energy that you have with certain situations. When you know, it's like, you know when to assert your boundaries, pile number one. Yeah, you're not one that plays about your boundaries. People look up to you for this, but most importantly, like, people are captivated by this. They're captivated by this, pile number one. You asserting your boundaries, you knowing your boundaries, you being able to put words to certain things, even when the words aren't I wouldn't say they're not the best, because that's not the energy that I'm getting. It's just more so, even when the words are more harsh, or even when you had to assert strong boundaries. That's what I'm getting, pile number one. This is the energy about you that turns heads. You know, it entices people. You saying what you do and what you don't like, they like that. It turns heads. It's very sexy to people. It's so sexy to people. Yeah. When you're in this, it's kind of like I don't give a fuck, I know I'm right. You know, I know I'm right. And sure enough, you are right. But it's that energy of like, I don't care. I don't care about anything else. Or I know for a fact that I need to put a boundary in here. It's that energy. People look up to you for this, pile number one. I feel like I already said this, but people wish that they were able to speak on their boundaries like you do, and make it very clear. It's like people see you as being someone, again, who is free from anything that anyone else could put on you, or free from dealing with anything that you don't have to, for sure. People see you as that. You live freely in your, like, with using your boundaries. People like this about you, pile number one. Something about boundaries here, okay? So I don't know if maybe you just spoke about boundaries, you put in a boundary with someone, or something like that. If you did, and if you spoke about it, this is the energy that you're giving off that turns heads, because they're like, damn. Wow, it's just that simple, huh? I didn't even know that it was that simple. All you had to do was put in a boundary like pile number one, and then from there, you know, you can do whatever you want to do. You know, people are just seeing you be free and expressing yourself freely, and how happy you are after you do that. Pile number one, you're giving the energy of you do not play around. This is also not your first rodeo. You understand people well. You can see further into people. You can see people that you probably should stay away from, or that should at least stay away from you. Right. For some of you guys, that's, people should stay away from you. Right? So if this is you putting in a boundary, maybe someone made you uncomfortable and you put in that boundary. This is the energy right here that turns heads, because they're like, damn. It's just that simple, huh? Like, someone makes me uncomfortable and you put in a boundary, and then that's it. Then you forget about it, right? People are seeing you exert boundaries, or just be this bad. I just want to say badass B. You know, like, people are just seeing you be just badass out here, you know? And it's turning heads, and it's making people like melt. Like, I'm sensing this energy of like people melting, like they melt when they think about you, pile number one. They really do, because they just want to be like you. You know, they just want to be like you, pile number one. They really do. And they admire how well you know yourself. They really, really do, pile number one. So that's what I got for you. This is the energy that you give off that is turning heads, okay? This reading will be extended, and in the extended, it's going to be about what about you turns them on, all right? So if you had a specific person in mind for this reading, go ahead, meet me over in that extended reading. You'll figure out what about you turns them on. But please like, comment, definitely subscribe to become a raindrop. Know that I love you on a soul level. If you want to book a personal with me, that'll be in the description box below. Again, know that I love you on a soul level. Peace. Pile number two. What energy do you give off that turns heads? Pile number two, the energy that you give off that turns heads is this, like, you give off the energy of like, it's getting hot in here. Like, if you're in a space with one other person, the other person's getting a little hot. Like, they're like, whew, okay, contain myself. I need to contain myself in this room with pile two. I have to. I gotta be on my P's and Q's, because you are really, really attractive. Okay? And, you know, people tend to lose it a bit when they're around you, especially if it's just one-on-one with you. They tend to get a little, like, I don't know, is it aroused? They might get a little aroused, pile number two. Like, people get just so, I'm hearing like overheated or something when they're around you. So the energy that you give off that turns heads is a very sensual energy. Yeah. Yeah. And if you're a person that makes eye contact with people a lot, just naturally, it's turning people on, certain people, right? Other people, it's just, you know, whatever. But certain people, it's turning them on, okay? This reading will be extended. Over in the extended, it's going to be all about what about you turns them on. So we'll get further into that there. But the energy that you give off that turns heads is, I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it, okay? And I know that this outfit I put on looks good on me. I know. That's why I bought it. You know, because when I was trying it on at the store, you know, I was in the mirror, right? And I was in the mirror and I was looking at all the angles to see how I looked. So I know how I look, you know? That's your energy. Pile 2, the energy that you give off that turns heads is I'm sexy and I know it, you know? It's not really giving cocky. It's not giving cocky. It's giving just really confident, you know? You have an eye for beauty, okay, Pile 2? Like, dang. You can't help it. You have an eye for beauty and you're beautiful. So, you know, you got an eye for yourself. But no, really though, you put together an outfit really well, and you accentuate your best features very, very well, pile number 2. And so with you doing that and knowing that you're doing that and being confident about how you look, you know, all of it plays into you just being fine, right? All of it just plays into that. So that's the energy that you give off that turns heads. That you're stylish, that you're beautiful, that your body looks good, you know, because you're accentuating certain things on your body. Or maybe this is decorating your body, right? Or piercings or accessories. You put it on well, pile number 2. You really do. And this is the energy that you give off that turns heads. And really, mainly the energy is, I did this on purpose. And you also give off the energy that you're not doing it solely for the attention of others. It's just so that you feel good, right? You do give that energy. You don't really give that you're attention seeking. You give that you're doing it for yourself. And that's, you know, that turns heads. Turns heads. You're not checking behind you to see who's looking. You just know that they are, right? I like your energy, Patu. You just know that they are, you know? And again, you don't do it for them or for that. It's just, yeah. Okay, let's get more. You may speak about like, yeah. Some of you may speak about how others react to you. Maybe this is you and your friends, right? You're just kind of talking and you're just kind of, you know, y'all are talking and you're talking about how Johnny was staring at you, you know, the other day and how Johnny was about to risk it all, you know? Like you're open about knowing the attention that you get. And it's the way that you speak about it. It's the way that you just kind of know, you know? Honey, Johnny might be married with 5 kids, but it's just the way that you speak about it. Like, oh my God, I was walking and Johnny almost fell on the floor because he was staring at me so hard or something. Like, and it's just facts. You're just saying facts because Johnny was looking at you, you know? It was. Maybe this is you talking with your girls or something like that. And you're just like, man, oh my God. He needs to keep his eyes to himself or something. I don't know, pile number 2, but that's just the energy that I'm getting from you, okay? This is the energy that you're giving off that turns heads. It's just you got this boldness about you, this it's not cocky, it's just a knowing. And maybe to others it may come off as a bit cocky. Maybe that's why the word keeps popping in my head and I keep having to say it's not that, you know? But maybe it is that a little bit. But it is the truth, okay? Because you do look good. And Johnny was looking, you know? It's like, it's the way that you speak on certain things that just are the truth about you that turns heads, okay? They like it. People like it about you. They love this about you. Okay, let's get more. let's get more. What energy do you give off that turns heads? This energy is fun. Excitement. You get really excited about things. You get so excited about things. If people like to get you excited, get you riled up, or flirt. People like to flirt with you intentionally. Like, people come over to you, say this is at work, they'll come over to your department and they're like, oh, let me go find pile number 2, see what they're doing. Let me go pick at them or pick with them a little bit. But like, really, it's just them flirting with you. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, because you're gonna do it. You're gonna give it back. You're gonna give that energy back. You're gonna flirt back. Pile number 2, you give the energy of like, I know why you're over here. You know, you just over here to look at me. Or and sure enough, that's the truth. You're just over here to look at me and talk to me and, you know, tell me that you like my hair, you know, something like that. It's a very fun, flirty energy that you give that people are a bit addicted to. They definitely get a bit addicted to it, even if this is a situation where, like, it's not going to go anywhere. This person's just flirting with you because they find you attractive and, you know, you're just taking it in. You know, they still come over there where you are to your department. Where's pile number 2? Let me see. Where's pile number 2 at? Okay, what they're doing? What are they doing? You know, that's just the energy, pile 2. This is the energy that you give off that turns head, but just kind of like a spark for their day or something like that, you know? Yeah. A lot of people find that you carry an energy that, you know, they don't find often. It's like a fun, exciting, flirty energy. You know, they don't find that in a lot of people. You know, people feel like, or I guess in whatever space you're in, a lot of people there are dull. You know, they don't know how to keep the fire going or keep the spark alive or, you know, things like that. And they find that you do. And they definitely eat that up with you. They do. Let's get more. What energy do you give off that turns heads? What energy do you give off that turns heads? Pile number 2. The energy that you give off that turns heads is you're very magnetic, pile number 2. You're so magnetic. You're very easy to talk to like come up to and talk to, and you're very open. Yeah, you know, a lot of people around you would say that talking to you for the first time was a bit intimidating, and they thought that they would get a certain energy from you, but when they talk to you, they quickly realize that you are a ball of fun, and they want to get to know you more. Some people feel like they probably can't, you know, I really do feel like some people feel as if they know, you know, that the flirting ends at work, you know. The little flirting, it ends there. They know it won't go into more. And they're okay with that because you highlight their day, or you make their day better just by the energy exchange that you give just at work. But the energy that you give off that turns heads is a very lighthearted, fun energy. There's something about your laugh that people love. People love to hear you laughing. Yes. Or your giggle. You have a very cute laugh, pile number 2, that people really, really enjoy. And just complimenting you, pile 2. People like to compliment you. Just because you look good, just because you're there doing your job. I don't know, take this however it resonates, but people just love to shower you with good energy. I am picking up on the sign of Gemini. We do have the lovers here. So you could be a Gemini. I'm hearing you may have a Gemini Venus. Take this reading how it resonates. But yeah, And if that's the case, you know, then you master when it comes to communication, right? Because that's what Gemini does. They're all about communicating. They love to communicate. They're very witty, right? So these are some traits that you probably have. And that's the energy that turns heads. Like that fun, flirty banter that you have with people, they die for it. They do. It charges them up. Again, this may be people who feel like, you know, we're not about to go and get married. You know, pile number 2 is not really checking for me like that. But like, I do like to flirt. I do like to flirt with them. Yeah, pile number 2. And for some of you, you know, maybe you do like some of these people back, or the flirting is actually real, where you are trying to signal to them like, I like you. So take it how it resonates. For some of you, it's not like that. For others of you, it may be. But the energy that you give off that turns heads is, I'm sexy and I know it. You're very fun. You're very communicative. People love to talk to you. You're very knowledgeable about things. And it's your tone and how you speak to people that just makes them feel like a schoolgirl, okay? It just does. You turn people on, all right? So, with that being said, this reading will be extended. Over in the extended, we are going to figure out what about you turns them on. Okay, so meet me over there if you're interested. But if you'd like to book a personal with me, that'll be in the description box below. Know that I love you on a soul level. Peace. Pile number 3. What energy do you give off that turns heads? Okay, pile 3. The energy that you give off that turns heads is you're a bit intimidating, pile 3. Yeah, you're a little intimidating, pile 3. You know, the energy that you give off that turns heads is you're very influential, very well connected. You kind of have the energy of, I have it all. Or at least this is how people are seeing you. People see, when they see you as someone who a lot of people like. You're giving a very popular energy here, pile 3. Whether you resonate with that or not, you still give that energy of someone who's very, very popular. Very well liked by a lot of people. And also, you have people who protect you or protect your name, or when you're brought up in a certain situation, or when you're brought up in general, others know that people are listening to the conversation so that they could protect you, or possibly even tell you what happened if this is like a bad situation, or like if someone's like talking junk about you, you know. I don't really feel like that's the case. The point that I'm making here is that people know that others like F with you a lot, like heavily. Okay, and that's also intimidating, because it's like when you're not around, it's like you're still around, because they know that Susie and pile number 3 are really close, as well as John, as well as Stacy. You know, they know. Yeah. And that's the energy that you give off that turns heads. It's because you're locked in with a lot of people. And a lot of people do not play about you. And they know that about you. They know it to be true, pile 3. That's the energy that you give off that turns heads. You know, when people see you, they're like, oh, there's pile 3, you know. Pile 3 is popular. And sure enough, like everybody, it seems as though the spaces that you're in, a lot of people really do care deeply for you. Like real deep. A lot of people got feelings about you. They have strong feelings for you, to the point where it kind of takes others by surprise. It's like, oh, okay, so y'all are like locked in, or something like that. I think people, this is just others that are around people that you are close to. Maybe people are just finding out who your close friends are. and some may have found out who your close friends are by saying something that, and it may not have even been mean. That's the thing. By saying something that's not up to par about you, that's not at the level that you should be talking about Power 3 with, you know? Because we talk about Power 3 like this, okay? Because Power 3 is the Empress. I don't know if you didn't know that, or like Power 3 is amazing. Like Power 3 helped me with this. Power 3 did this. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's kind of like this energy of like, yeah, we don't talk about Power 3 like that. I don't know if you didn't get the memo. Okay, so maybe this is someone who was trying to talk about you in a not so great way. And again, you're connected, Power 3, where the people around this person, they shut that down immediately. And I don't even feel like this is on a grand scale. Like, I don't feel like anybody was like hating on you that heavily. But it's just, people talk about you so highly that anything that falls underneath that just a little bit, they're like, no, we're gonna put that back up to where it needs to be, right? For example, let's say you forgot to do a task at work, right? And someone who didn't know that other people F with you like this was like, Pal 2 forgot to do this, you know? Now I have to do it. And just that right there, Pal 2 forgot to do this and I have to do it now, it rubs somebody the wrong way. It rubs somebody the wrong way. Listen, they didn't like the tone in which they said, now I have to do it, you know? And so they corrected this person on, pile number 2 did, or 3, pile number 3 did forget to do that, but like, you know, maybe this happened, or, you know, let me actually do it. Don't even worry about it. You don't have to do it. I'll do it for pile 3. That's my girl. Okay, it's just something like that where it's like, we don't talk about them like that. Okay, even if they did forget to do the task, it's just we don't talk about them like that, or we don't talk in that tone when it comes to Power 3. Okay, somebody, they straightened that out real quick. They're like, no. Yeah, they forgot it, but listen, let me do it. Don't even worry about it. Okay, what energy do you give off that turns heads? What energy does my Power 3 give off that turns heads? Yeah, because you're locked in with people. Like I said, you have a very strong bond with people. And I really want to say in certain cases, maybe you've helped other people out when it comes to like different things, or just, I'm hearing a better way to talk to themselves, right? Like, you've gotten deep with people and they hold a certain respect for you and a certain love for you, Power 3. And this is the energy that you give off that turns heads. A lot of this has to do with the reactions that people are giving when it comes to hearing your name. That's the energy that you give off that turns heads. It's the people that you're cool with, that you're close to. And also the people that you're cool with and that you're close to, something about that and them may be intimidating, or something about you may be intimidating, or the people that you're close to, or something like that. You just have this energy of like, tread lightly. That's the energy that you give off that turns heads, Power 3. And some of it may be the people that you know. Again, the people that you're locked in with. Okay. Ooh. Last card. What energy does my Power 3 give off that turns heads? Yeah. Power 3, the energy that you give off that turns heads is scholar. I heard you're a scholar, or you're just really great at something, or you're just really knowledgeable. You're very confident. You are very attractive. You're very stylish as well too, Power 3. That's the energy that you give off that turns heads with people. Your style, your choice in things, your choice in like accessories and purses, certain things like that. They really like that. And that's the energy that you give off that turns heads. You're very abundant, and to know you is to be abundant as well, because you just think in a way that generates more abundance. So to be close with you, you got to be thinking in that way as well. And if you're not, Power 3, you're going to change the way that someone thinks. You have very powerful energy. Okay? And that's the energy that you give off that turns heads, Power 3. That's what I got for you. This reading will be extended. Over in the extended, we are going to talk about what about you turns them on, okay? So meet me over there if you have a specific person in mind, but please like, please comment. Definitely subscribe to become a raindrop. If you would like to book a personal with me, that'll be in the description box below. But know that I love you on a soul level. Peace.